This is chapter 25. It focuses on present perfect, but the main verb of every sentence. They are all non-action verbs, and it's using the present perfect with these non-action verbs to express a duration. But that's not what we want to teach the students right now. Right now, we are doing present perfect simple. These sentences look like they're present perfect simple, but they're not, because the present perfect simple is about the finished activities. I have washed dishes. That's done. It's not going on right now. But these sentences are going on right now, which is how we explain the present perfect continuous. But we're not doing that today. We're doing the present perfect simple. We'll use chapter 25, but we won't refer to these sentences yet, and we'll come back later. What we will look at in this chapter is another activity. It's using going to for the future within the question form, and the response is perfect tense. And if you really want, there's the two-word verb pronoun in the middle. So there's different things we can focus on. We, however, are focusing on the difference between these two tenses, the future tense and the perfect tense. And specifically, we direct their attention to both future and perfect by comparing them. Let's start with the future. So there's the speaker, and there's the subject, and here's the listener. And the speaker is expressing or saying that Charles is going to turn off the lights. So he's using, now we don't have to explain this that deeply to the students, but just so we see clearly what's going on here. The subject verb, Charles is going, is shimdiki zaman. And the speaker is using the shimdiki zaman about Charles. It means the speaker and the listener. They know that this is something Charles already knows about. Otherwise, how could Charles be doing it right now? So, so the speaker is interested in learning when this is going to happen. And notice B. B does not answer when. B dismisses the when. He says that's not even an issue. We're not talking about that. Why? Because we have this past participle of this thing, those lights being turned off, and we have already got them. They're in our hands. We have this thing called the turned off lights, and Charles did it for us. So we don't need to talk about when. It's because the current situation doesn't need turned off lights. Why do we not need turned off lights? Why is it not necessary to turn off lights? Because turned off lights we already have. We want to emphasize that when is dismissed, not just for this lesson, but as we work with the students and we tell them about the present perfect simple, not the continuous, but the simple, the present perfect simple. When is never an issue with the present perfect simple. We never ask when. Why? Because you don't say, when are you sleeping? Grammatically, you can say that, but logically, it makes no sense because it's definite, present definite. It means you're sleeping. So why would I be asking when you're sleeping if you're sleeping? It's not a logical thing. So the present perfect simple does not require a when because now. The answer is always now. This dialogue doesn't work with 25, of course, but it'll work with any pictures that have some sort of task, like out of the children's system. These chapters would work probably a lot out of maybe 18, out of the adult book, somewhere around maybe 17, even 16 would work, depending on what pictures your students are familiar with. All they need to do is make sure they update the predicate, we call it, the verb in each sentence.